Back at his desk in the Gators Man Cave. Sports with Blake. What is going on, everybody? So this is my way too early schedule prediction for the Florida Gators. So the Florida Gators week 1 play Utah. Now Utah is fresh off a Rose Bowl appearance and they played the Ohio State Buckeyes. It was a great game. Points flying everywhere. Not much defense in that game. But Utah returned 17 starters from that team. And I believe, the first game for Billy Napier is going to be a tough one. It's going to be in Gainesville, but I believe the Florida Gators will fall to a close one against Utah. Now, a good little side note on this game. The Florida Gators leading tackler from 2021 transferred to Utah, Muhammad Diabate. Now he is with Utah, so that's going to be a little fun little matchup to watch and where he's going to be lined up at. Now for Florida to play Utah and then Kentucky back-to-back their first 2 games, it's going to be difficult for first-year head coach Billy Napier. But the good news for the Florida Gators, this game is also in Gainesville. Now Stoops has a really good Kentucky team. They bring back Will Levis, who is projected a first-round draft pick at the quarterback position. But I believe the Florida Gators win a close one against Kentucky, avenge that loss from 2021. Now for the third game for the Florida Gators, they play USF. I am not going to go much into that. South Florida has won, I believe, 3 games the past 2 seasons. I know they only won 2 games in 2021, so I'm not going to really go too much into this one. The Florida Gators should win this in Gainesville, and that'll put them at 2-1. Now, the following week, the Florida Gators play Tennessee in Knoxville. So, this will be another close game, a tough game. Listen, Tennessee has Hendon Hooker, who I believe is a really good quarterback. He's kind of like Anthony Richardson. I just believe Anthony Richardson is a better thrower. And he's a more dynamic runner with the ball. But I believe the Florida Gators still take care of business against Tennessee. They just need to watch out for the golf balls in the stands. Now, the following week, they play Eastern Washington in Gainesville. Not going to go too far into that one. The Florida Gators should get the victory over Eastern Washington. Now, the following week, the Florida Gators play Missouri, October 8th, in Gainesville. I believe they avenge the loss. I believe the Florida Gators get the victory over Missouri in Gainesville. Now, the following week, the Florida Gators play the LSU Tigers. This one was a difficult one for me because LSU, so many question marks, just like the Florida Gators. First-year head coach in the SEC, Brian Kelly. How's his team going to look? Who's he got at quarterback? How's everything, going to look? Now, he lost Corey Raymond. Corey Raymond now is over at the University of Florida. So, I believe the Florida Gators are going to beat the LSU Tigers in a close one. I believe this is going to be a great game like it always is. Just like last year, it came down to the end. But Anthony Richardson is going to be the full-time starter. And I believe he gets the job done against LSU in a close one in Gainesville. Now, the Florida Gators do get a bye week. And then on October 29th, they play the Georgia Bulldogs on a neutral field. Now, Georgia is going to have a little bit of different look to them this year, especially after watching their spring game. They're not going to do as well on defense, and I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that. They just had a historic great defense. They're going to take a step back on defense, but they're going to take a step up on offense. Now, I've never been a big believer in Stetson Bennett. Some people have, but I think he's just kind of like a game manager, and I believe he's going to have a ton of weapons, especially at the tight end position. He's going to have big, physical, fast, athletic tight ends that he can throw to, and those are usually quarterback's best friend. Now, right here against Georgia, the Florida Gators are going to be lacking depth big time, and even Billy Napier addressed that. With the linebacker position still a question mark, in my opinion, I just see that being a really bad matchup for the Florida Gators on defense. So right here, the Georgia Bulldogs take the victory. But I believe it's going to be a lot better game than what it was in 2021. Now, I will say that. So now the Florida Gators, after they play Georgia, this is going to be that other stretch of tough physical games for the Florida Gators. They play Texas A&M at Texas A&M, College Station, the 12th man. Listen, everybody knows what's going on, Jimbo Fisher and all the recruits he's gotten, all the big-time recruits, and how much money has been going around at Texas A&M. But I believe this is going to be a tough game for the Florida Gators in general. But I believe the Florida Gators are going to lose to Texas A&M, so that will be their third loss on the season. Now, the next 3 games for the Florida Gators, they play South Carolina in Gainesville. I believe they avenged the loss against South Carolina. They were destroyed by South Carolina last year. It seemed like the whole team just checked out. There was, it was a grueling, disappointing season. So many things were going on. I had a reaction video to after the Florida Gators played South Carolina, and it wasn't a good one. I was pretty upset about it. But I believe the Florida Gators avenge that loss. They take care of business in Gainesville. Now, the following week, the Florida Gators play Vanderbilt. Listen, we're not talking academics. The Florida Gators are going to beat Vanderbilt. Now, the following week, on a Friday, which is crazy, the Florida Gators play at Florida State in Tallahassee. And with Florida State, they just have so many question marks, in my opinion. They couldn't beat Florida after how dysfunctional the Florida Gators were last season. And if you couldn't beat them then, I just don't know how you're going to beat them now with a team that hopefully has their crap together. Now, is third-year head coach Mike Norvell still the guy at Florida State? They're still asking that question. I believe the Florida Gators should get the victory over Florida State. That will finish the Florida Gators at 9-3. Now, this depends on the health of Anthony Richardson. I believe he's going to take that next step, and now he is the full-time starter. There's no one else in his way. There's no one battling with him, and I believe the Florida Gators can finish 9-3. I think that is a huge jump from the following season, which they finished 6-7, and everything just went downhill. But if they can go 9-3, I don't think anybody else is going to have a problem with that. But hey, let me know in the comments what you think. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great one.